I want to share something with you guys from a book I've been reading called Atomic Habits. This is going to be very prevalent for anyone that wants to accomplish anything with regards to goal setting or anything like that. Okay, so check this out. He says, on the first day of class, Jerry Olsman, a professor at the University of Florida, divided his film photography students into two groups. Everyone on the left side of the class, he explained, would be in the quantity group. They would be graded solely on the amount of work they produced. On the final day of class, he would tally the number of photos submitted by each student. 100 photos would rate A, 90 photos a B, 80 photos a C, and so on. So one group is all about the quantity of photos they're delivering. Meanwhile, everyone on the right side of the room would be in the quality group. They would be graded only on the excellence of their work. They would only need to produce one photo during the semester. But to get an A, it had to be a nearly perfect image. You guys see where this is going? At the end of the term, he was surprised to find that all the best photos were produced by the quantity group. Interesting, isn't it? During the semester, these students were busy taking photos, experimenting with composition and lighting, testing out various methods in the dark room, and learning from the mistakes. In the process of creating hundreds of photos, they honed their skills. Meanwhile, the quality group sat around speculating about perfection. In the end, they had little to show for their efforts other than unverified theories and one mediocre photo. It is easy to get bogged down trying to find the optimal plan for change. The fastest way to lose weight, the best program to build muscle, the perfect idea for a side hustle. We are so focused on figuring out the best approach that we never get around to taking action. Some of you hyper-charismatics do this with needing a new word and needing a new book and needing a new this, right? When the reality is you're just procrastinating and preventing yourself from taking action. As Voltaire once wrote, the best is the enemy of the good. The best is the enemy of the good. I refer to this as the difference between being in motion and taking action. The two ideas sound similar, but they're not the same. When you're in motion, you're planning and strategizing and learning. Those are all good things, but they don't produce a result. Action, on the other hand, is the type of behavior that will deliver an outcome. If I outline my 20 ideas for articles I want to write, that's motion. If I actually sit down and write an article, that's action. If I search for a better diet plan and read a few books on a topic, that's motion. If I actually eat a healthy plan, that's action. And as we all know, James said that faith without works is dead. Sometimes motion is useful, but it will never produce an outcome by itself. It doesn't matter how many times you go to talk to the personal trainer, that motion will never get you in shape. Only the action of working out will get the results you're looking to achieve. If motion doesn't lead to results, why do we do it? Sometimes we do it because we actually need to plan to learn more, but more often than not, we do it because motion allows us to feel like we're making progress without running the risk of failure. Most of us are experts at avoiding criticism. It doesn't feel good to fail or be judged publicly, so we tend to avoid situations where that might happen. And that's the biggest reason why you slip into motion rather than action. You want to delay failure. Stop trying to delay failure. Stop trying to have the perfect plan with all the I's dotted and T's crossed and all the rocks turned and all the things set up perfectly in motion and not taking action. Start taking action. Start doing something. And when people look at what we've done here on YouTube as just a example of sorts, case study, if you will, they'll often ask us, how are you guys able to do this? How are you guys able to hire people? How are you guys able to do that? How are you able to do that? It's because we have almost 2,000 uploads on this channel. Hey, check this out. You want to know the main reason new creators fail on YouTube? They don't know who they're creating videos for, and they don't have any purpose behind their videos. This turns the whole process of shooting videos into a tedious chore that will eventually lead to burnout. And trust me when I tell you, I have been there. If you want to discover exactly what type of videos you should make that will increase your chances of success on YouTube and help you avoid burnout, sign up below for my free Master My Niche training. This training will walk you through a custom system that will help you get clarity on the niche of your channel and help you make videos that you should be creating. I'll see you over at mastermyniche.com. Okay? Over 50 million views. Consistency, volume, quantity. Quantity is how you get to quality. Quantity is how you get to greatness. If you never actually put in the work of action and not just motion, you will never see the difference. And I was listening to one of my favorite MMA fighters. I was watching a documentary on him. Some of you guys remember his name. How many people know who this gentleman is? Put it over. Yeah. How many of you guys know who this guy is? This gentleman is Fedor. Now, Fedor is he's a Russian like me. Okay. But Fedor is a guy that never went to the UFC. He felt like they was getting disrespected and Dana White wouldn't give him a fair shot. And so Fedor never went to the UFC, but he was arguably one of the greatest fighters of all time. Okay. And he beat multiple ex-UFC champions and folks that went on to become UFC champions. But the fascinating thing about Fedor is that he did not grow up a big kid. He did not grow up a strong kid. He did not grow up a talented kid. He grew up below average in all these areas. But he had this quote in his documentary I read. He says, "A man who works hard will gradually outgrow talent." A man who works hard will gradually outgrow talent. Some of you guys are so stuck that you're expecting your talent or an opportunity to change things. Instead, what you should be doing is moving towards the areas you need to see improvement in. Hard work definitely beats talent when talent fails to work hard. That's another way to say it, okay? And so in the example of the Atomic Habits book, it wasn't the students that sat around trying to come up with one perfect composition for the semester that actually got good at photography. It was the people that did 100 photos, 90 photos. Are you getting more at-bats at whatever it is you're attempting to do? Are you getting more opportunities to try and work through the failure until you find a system that works for you? Or are you just winging it and trying to figure out and wondering why you're not getting any results and plotting and planning and strategizing? It's very popular to do. A lot of companies now, there's a whole business about folks that they bring on called consultants. And they just help you strategize in business.
Professional meeting planners.
Professional meeting planners who've never actually done or accomplished anything. They just help you strategize. Somebody reached out to us today, a couple weeks ago. I didn't even mention it to you. I was so disgusted.
Strategize for what? Like, what was their consulting?
It was a massive Christian media company. And they're like, we think we could help you with SEO. And I'm like,
I think I saw that.
Bro, do you understand? No, you didn't see this. This is a text message I got.
Oh, okay, text message.
Do you understand? Like I'm looking at your YouTube. And your YouTube's not even that booming. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a whole business of professional consultants, of people that want to help get you to the next level, that actually have never gotten to the level you want to get to. Stay away from those people. If you hire a personal trainer, that fool better be ripped. You hire a nutritionist, they better have abs.
But maybe they're a better encourager than they are a doer.
Cap! You hire a business coach, he better have multiple businesses that are doing multiple 7 figures.
That aren't just coaching.
What products does he have? What has he built? What has he done?
Some of these coaches build a business to like 100, 200, 300K. And then they build a coaching business, teaching people how to build that business. But that coaching business does 2, 3, 4, 5 million. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I refuse to do coaching. Hey, check this out. You want to know the main reason new creators fail on YouTube? They don't know who they're creating videos for, and they don't have any purpose behind their videos. This turns the whole process of shooting videos into a tedious chore that will eventually lead to burnout. And trust me when I tell you, I have been there. If you want to discover exactly what type of videos you should make that will increase your chances of success on YouTube and help you avoid burnout, sign up below for my free Master My Niche training. This training will walk you through a custom system that will help you get clarity on the niche of your channel and help you make videos that you should be creating. I'll see you over at mastermyniche.com.